Hello and welcome. This video is about my new turntable. For some time I've been contemplating building a new turntable containing two tone arms, one conventional and one tangential. After disassembly of my present turntable, a Pro-Ject RPM 5.1, I decided to use the design of this plinth. And later on I will also install some of the components from the Pro-Ject turntable onto the new plinth. Taking some measurements from the Pro-Ject plinth, it turned out to be quite easy to transfer all the measurements from the plinth to the blank. The blank is made of two layers of 12mm MDF, and in the center is a 12mm plywood. The blank was made by a cabinet maker. The circular part of the Pro-Ject plinth is 300mm in diameter, and I used the center of this circle as the center for my coordinate system. Here I also introduced lines at 45-degree angles. The center of the coordinate system is also the center of the platter. To be able to install a second tone arm, I made a mirror image of the right hand side over onto the left hand side. The measurements I paid special attention to were the distances from the center of the platter to the center of the tone arm bases. With all the measurements transferred from the Pro-Ject plinth onto the blank, it's time to drill all the various holes and also perform the first cuts with the router. Here the blank has been drilled and cut with a router. The center towards the left hand side that now has been cut out was present during the processing with the router, and these two centers acted as supports for the router. A comment regarding how I got the measurements from the plinth. I placed the plinth in the corner of a room, here represented by the blank. Then I just took the measurements from the respective wall and transferred them to the blank. The blank has been machined and cut to shape. The threaded studs are for the feet. Now it's time for the coloration. With the paint job done, it is time for the assembly. With the drive unit installed, tested and verified, it's time to install the tone arms. To the right we have a conventional Thorens TP 92. To the left we have a tangential tone arm. It's a Swedish design named Sinply Black Canus. It is sold by company Veteran Hi-Fi in Stockholm. The turntable is now fully assembled. A few more details about the turntable. On the Thorens tone arm I'm having a Audio-Technica moving magnet coil. It's a VM740 ML. On the tangential tone arm I'm using also a Audio-Technica cartridge. It's a moving coil and it's an ATF7. Regarding the tangential tone arm Sinply Black Canus, it comes complete with all the wiring, so it's just to install it on the turntable, set it up and connect it to the phono preamp. I'm using a Musical Fidelity M6 vinyl phono preamp with 3 inputs, so that comes in handy when I'm having 2 cartridges. On the platter is the tool to set up the tangential tone arm. By turning the tone arm 90 degrees counterclockwise, it comes into the playing position. Here the tone arm is in the playing position and it lines up nicely with the setting instrument. The glass tube is adjusted so that it touches the 2 aluminium blocks, and the overhang of the cartridge is adjusted so that the tip of the stylus comes down on the white line. I didn't have any problem whatsoever to set up this tone arm. With the tone arm you will have all the necessary equipment to both install and set up the tone arm. The only minor issue I had was to have the correct tracking force, so I had to add a bit of weight to the head shell. The proof of the pudding is of course what it sounds like. As the 2 cartridges are not the same, you can't really compare the sound between the Thorens arm and the tangential tone arm. The Sinply Black Canus with a moving coil cartridge sounds extremely good. A final word regarding the tangential tone arm. The complete kit comes for around €1,700. I'm extremely pleased with the performance of this tone arm. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.